How's that? That's pretty good. That's about as good as we're gonna get. I'm gonna try not to damage anything when I'm opening this, as I have done in the past. But I'm pretty sure it's probably got plenty of packing material. We'll see. Oh yeah. It's got like carpet foam in here, of all things. It's the first time for everything, I suppose. Okay, well, I guess if I need to lay any carpets, I'm going to be great. I'm going to be... it's fine. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's going to make a mess, so I'll throw it down here. Seem to have a box within a box. Holy shit. Pretty sure that's everything, right? Box number 1, Fade to Black. The CD-ROM Classics re-release. I've never played this one. Okay. Okay. Second game, we have got Silver, which is an action RPG, I believe. Seen this floating around from time to time. Never really actively pursued it. Never really wanted to add it to the collection or anything. But here you go, it's found its way here along with these games. So maybe I'll just give it a try. You know, why not? Give it a shot. I'll probably play them all, see what I like, and just if I don't really want to keep any of them, I'll sell them. Game number 3 is a game that I already have in the collection, but is still pretty damn sweet. It's Carmageddon 2. Carpocalypse Now, which is a pretty awesome game. I will have to do a comparison and see if this is in better condition or is more complete than the copy that I've got right now, and we'll do a little side by side. We'll see which one I keep. Game number 4, and this is the 3rd copy of this game at this point. I have too many of these. I really do need to get rid of a couple of copies, but it is Baldurs Gate and the Tales of the Sword Coast double pack, and this looks to be in rather nice condition. This could be in better. This could be in better shape than both of the copies that I already have. So again, I'll be interested to do a comparison and see, because certainly from the outside, this one appears to be in better condition than what I've got already. Yeah, and we'll see if it's complete too. I might wind up holding on to this one, trying to get rid of the other two. Oh, God knows how I wound up with 3 copies of Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate Tales of the Sword Coast. It just happened, okay? Just happened. Next, let's go for Broken Sword 2. Some kind of graphic adventure game. I don't really know anything about it. The Smoking Mirror. It has internet inside, according to the sticker right here. I'm not sure how they achieved that. From the makers of Lure of the Temptress. Whoa. Beneath a Steel Sky and Broken Sword. Well, that stands to reason. I suppose this is Broken Sword 2. Yeah, I have no idea what this is about. I'm not really a graphic adventure or text adventure guy. But maybe I'll give it a try. Oh, hold up. Okay, what is this? Game number 6? Game number 6. Check this out. Now, this one I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty stoked on this one because I have I have quite a few of the Beavis and Butthead VHS tapes. Beavis and Butthead is one of my favorite shows of all time. If you had a planet where the atmosphere was just like pure marijuana smoke, Beavis and Butthead would be like high art. No pun intended. Really funny, good show. And this is Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead Do You? Now this is kind of a. I've heard good things about these. Now this is a graphic adventure again. But this is one I might just get into because it'll probably be a good time. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I never really thought I would. I didn't even really know these existed until fairly recently, and I certainly never thought that I would get my hands on any of these Beavis and Butthead games. But here we go. Here we go. I got one. There's a few out there. I'm not sure how many of these were released in total. Maybe 2 or 3. But yeah, Beavis and Butthead Do You. I got it. This next one's really, really cool. Final Doom. Finally. Final Doom. I have sorry, this is my first Doom pickup. This is the first Doom game, except for Doom 3. which I don't think really counts. This is the first Doom big box that I've added to the collection, and I think it's pretty dope. These are these are fairly rare, but more so just expensive, sought after. Very, people, they're out there, but people aren't necessarily selling them, and if they are, they're pretty expensive. So yeah, I've been collecting a few years now, and this is the first Doom game, first Doom big box that I've added to the collection. They're certainly elusive, especially when you're really, what's the word? Just hunting for deals. I'm not really. You could just go out there and pay full price for a game. You could do that at just about any point in time, but that's not something that I would ever really do. I'm always just on the lookout for deals and ways that I can pick up a few games and maybe sell off a few trades or something at the same time, so I can kind of balance out the costs a bit. But there we go, Final Doom. That's pretty sweet. Okay, it's FIFA 97. Yeah, I mean, it's football. I'm pretty sure I had one of these football games, maybe on PS1 or something. I don't even remember. I don't know if it was this one or not. That is kind of somewhat nostalgic to just look at the screenshots here. And yeah, FIFA 97. I really doubt that I'll be hanging on to this one. Don't really collect sports games. I just find they kind of just take up space for games, more interesting games that could be there. But there you go. What number are we on now? What, 9? Game number 9. A game which I do have in the collection already is Ultima Ascension. A couple of copies of this have passed through my hands. I've hung on to one of them. Yeah, I've never actually played Ultima. Never played it, but it looks pretty cool. And fairly certain it sort of played a role in the evolution of MMORPGs over the years. Ultima, yeah. This one has a little bit of sort of a damage to the back of the box right there. Looks like something's kind of been dragged across and really just scratched it up. This one looks like it's been maybe except for this, which I mean, things happen, right? But this looks like it's been well loved. It looks like this one has been appreciated, and really just probably someone just played the hell out of this. It's like you can tell. It's been kept in good condition, but it has like the wear. It has like the shelf wear from somebody flipping this gatefold open and just popping the game out, and maybe the map. And it is complete. It does have a cloth map, I believe, along with some other cool stuff in there, like some spell cards and stuff like that, I think. So yeah, pretty cool to see another Ultima Ascension. Again, I'll have to do a little. I'm pretty sure mine might be in slightly better condition than this, but I'll do a little side-by-side comparison and see which one is the keeper. And the next game here, it's a game that I have in the collection, but in very bad condition. And this is a considerable upgrade in that sense, and that is Resident Evil. This is an absolute classic, and I say it's just one that you gotta have it. You gotta have it. It looks like there's a bit of a tear to the. There is a bit of a tear in the box here. Someone's gotten a little bit overexcited about the Resident Evil at some point, maybe, but otherwise, even with that tear in there, I'm pretty sure this is considerably better condition than the copy that I fortunately was able to acquire some time ago now. And yeah, I'm happy with this upgrade. That's real nice. And yeah, that original copy that I managed to get my hands on, it was just in a box with a bunch of kind of DVD case style games. And I guess nobody really spotted the beat up old copy of Resident Evil that was just tucked away in there, And so I managed to snipe myself a little dealio on a box of well, mainly games that I didn't really have any interest in picking up, but yeah, there was this beat up old copy of Resident Evil in there. That's what I really wanted, so yeah, well, it's nice to have this upgrade. And the next game is Virtual Pool 2. That's a game I know nothing about. It's the most realistic pool simulation ever, according to the box. Apparently it sold a hell of a lot of copies. I don't know. There you go, Virtual Pool. Probably won't be hanging on to this one either. It's probably going to go along with the FIFA 97. But, hey, I'm sure somebody out there appreciates pool simulators. Next game here, I've totally lost count of the games. But the next game here is Heart of Darkness. This is kind of a very sort of an obscure platformer with very interesting animation style. Yeah, notoriously difficult. Sort of difficult in the sense that it's like it's just like a it's kind of, maybe confusing is the word. Maybe like the control scheme and with the very sort of fluid and unusual animation style, it's quite confusing. So, game where you'll sort of die a lot because you're like, well, this just seems like I swear I'm doing the inputs correctly or something, but no. Yeah. I mean, that's, I don't know, I've not played it myself. I mean, it's certainly iconic, you might say. Maybe I'll give it a try, and who knows? I might hold on to it if I enjoy it. But yeah, if I find it to be frustrating like that, as I've heard, then I probably won't. But the only other condition is if it had some particular charm or character to it, or a certain message, a theme, or something that I really enjoy, or even just an aesthetic sometimes is enough. But yeah, it all remains to be seen. The cover is quite cool. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera too easily, but it is sort of what is the word? Embossed. I don't know what the word. It's kind of cool looking though. And the final game in this box is, and this is a really nostalgic one for me, and it's one that I've been looking for a long time. And it's probably the one I'm most excited about out of this pickup, actually. And funny that it should be the last game in the box. That is Dino Crisis. You see the back is on the other way around. I had no way to know. Dino Crisis, which I actually played on PS1, along with Silent Hill. And those two games absolutely terrified me. I mean, they really shit me up. Yeah, so just a really nostalgic and probably traumatic memory. Uh, yeah, it's like, especially Dino Crisis. This game is it's like almost the memory. It's almost like a fever dream or something. It's almost like did that even really happen? But yeah, Dino Crisis is a thing. And I did play it all those years ago, and I can barely. It's like one of those things that you can barely remember it, but I sort of have these. It's like an acid flashback or something. It's like Dino Crisis. So I'm really happy to have this one finally, and excited to revisit it and just experience that extreme sort of nostalgia of something that you just barely remember. It's not even nostalgia in a way where it's like, oh, I fondly remember that. It's like, I barely even remember that, but I know I played it and I have these few sort of memories. And yeah, it would just be so interesting to revisit it now. Because I was so young at the time that, I mean, God knows why I was even playing Dino Crisis, but I certainly was just freaking out. Same with Silent Hill. I wasn't really. I wasn't really the gamer I am today. I just, I still had no suspension of disbelief or anything. I don't think at that time. So these experiences with these terrifying dinosaurs and such were just too much to handle, and it's really freaked me out. So there we go, Dino Crisis, really, really cool. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun to revisit this one as well. It's also going to be a lot of fun to install and check out some of these other titles. And also here there's just a loose. It's a Premier Collection Duke Nukem 3D. Just a loose one. Just another jewel case for the heap. Just throw it on the pile. I've got quite a few just loose jewel cases. You just kind of accumulate them naturally. They just seem to spawn out of nowhere almost. So there we go. That's the pickups. Really happy with this haul. Really cool guy who's just moving house and sort of whether it be downsizing for a new place or whether it be just lightening the load for the move, whatever it is. Just wanted to get rid of some of these big boxes, and yeah, it's the first purchase that I got through the Facebook marketplace, and yeah, couldn't be happier. Usually I just see stuff from around the world being traded in there, and I don't really want to pay massive amounts for postage, to get something from outside of the country. It seems kind of silly when I'm trying to hunt for deals and sort of budget and sort of purchase these games in kind of a semi-responsible fashion. Don't really want to be ordering them from outside of the country, but yeah, saw this one, and things pop up in the UK from time to time, and usually they get snatched up real quick. But this one, yeah, just managed to get it. Just managed to get it. So pretty pleased with that, and there we go. Okay. Yeah, so those are the new games. Pretty awesome. I've got a few other pickups recently, most notably let's see here. I picked up a few. A lot of Star Wars games, a lot of Star Trek games, which I'm probably just going to sell to try and recoup the costs, basically. But got this nice full throttle. Now this was from a lot of empty big boxes, which were missing the jewel cases in the games, and I was able to locate those separately and kind of reunite them with the rest of the stuff. This is now complete, and this is quite a sought after game. It brings a fair few schmuckaroos. Full Throttle, the LucasArts graphic adventure. Says a heavy metal adventure by Tim Schafer. You know, Tim Schafer's pretty cool, and that sounds pretty metal. So again, not really a graphic adventure guy. Hard to believe I'm picking up a lot of graphic adventure games right now, it seems, but I'll give this one a shot as well because you know, just it's apparently it's a classic. People really enjoy this one. Highly recommended. And you know, maybe it has like a kick-ass soundtrack, and you know, whatever. Maybe it'll just be a good time. Just very, you know, I do like a game where I can really kick back and soak it in and really play it at a very leisurely pace. Sometimes you want that, you know, and maybe these graphic adventures, maybe you know, certainly don't want to judge a whole genre, right? I certainly didn't really get into the Monkey Island games, and I know some people love them, or at least the original. But yeah, I really struggle to get into those ones, despite how good the writing is supposed to be and everything. Somehow, and you know the artwork is great, etc., and the music is awesome, but just it doesn't it's missing something, and it didn't really engage me. But maybe this one will be interesting. And I got some other stuff like I got a little like stuff that I already had in the collection, like a Little Big Adventure. Um, and I got a Kiss Psycho Circus, which I already had a copy of that. Picked up a new copy. It's in better condition. It's more complete as well. Unfortunately, it has some sun fading down one side. So gonna have to try and upgrade it still. Get one that's really in mint condition, but it's pretty damn nice. I've just flipped it the other way around so you can't see the side that has the sun fading, and it looks great on the shelf still, and you know, plays just fine. It has all the stuff there. So yeah, so just a few little upgrades like that, and yeah, not really much else, you know. Like I say, I've got to sell a bunch of these Star Wars games and Star Trek games and a couple of MechWarrior titles and a few RPGs maybe, and got some other stuff. A few of those big boxes that I picked up are still missing the jewel cases in the games, the jewel cases and the discs. So yeah, I've still got to try and complete a few of those. It's of course it's the rarer ones. It's the there's a few where the discs are quite tricky to get a hold of. You know, never mind the complete big box. You know, and maybe maybe it is out there in its complete form. But you know, obviously, I'm not going to buy another complete game. I'm just going to have two of them and only one disc between it. So yeah, there we go. That's about everything that's new with the collection right now. The shelves are pretty much packed. That's another reason, not only that I need the money right now, But yeah, the shelves are absolutely packed, and I do need to sort of clear out and make some room for, oh yeah, for some of these new pickups, the Dino Crisis, the Doom, yeah, Beavers and Butthead. It's all gonna fit on the shelf somewhere. So there we go. That's it. That is the collection as it stands. And I'd say it's coming along nicely. Almost 200 games now. And yeah, the crazy thing is the whole, getting into the big box collecting, the whole thing has actually been a money making venture as well. Not that I ever intend to sell the collection, but having a very sort of disciplined approach to collecting and being patient and really seeking out those deals. Um, I've really only profited on the games because I've gotten everything for, sometimes a third, a quarter of its actual value of what I see it going for, on eBay as like a buy it now or something that they go for big money. And yet if you keep your eye out and you're willing to just wait and let the games kind of show up eventually, you might have your list and you want these games in your collection, but just wait for them to show up. Don't You could just say, I'm gonna pay 100 schmuckerines for this game and have it tomorrow. But why not just wait? One day you might get it in a lot of other games. You might just stumble across a deal. There might be a 99 pence starting auction and nobody freaking bids on it, and wham bam boom, there you go. You got like a valuable game for a couple of schmuckerines. You're all good. So I would say, I mean, I have no idea how much I've exactly invested at this point. I haven't tracked it. Um, I haven't kept track of it. But I've easily quadrupled my money with the collection. That is saying, like, as individually priced games. If I was to sell all of the games off individually, yeah. I mean, a great example. I know it wasn't in great condition, but the Resident Evil, those will go for up to £100. This one's not in very good condition, so you know, I don't know, knock off 40 or whatever. We'll knock off 40, and we'll say 60. I paid like 15 for it in a box with a ton of other shit as well. Granted, that other shit is worth next to nothing, but I basically paid £15 for like a £60 game, something like that. Typing of the Dead. I picked up a Typing of the Dead for like 10 quid. 10 quid. That I see that going for 100. Um, Postal. Postal, the original Postal. That's the highest price that I've ever paid for an individual game at £37, and it goes for about 100 again. This one's not in perfect condition, so I'd say it's worth about 80. So, I only kind of doubled my money on that one, but doubling your money is pretty good, especially when you get a sweet, classic game like Postal in your collection. It's just the way to go, in my opinion. It's the way to do it. Yeah. Well, don't let me. If you've got a lot of disposable money, and you just want to sink it into things, just live your life. Whatever, dude. But that's how I roll. It's how I've managed to build a collection, even despite my status as a starving artist. Well, yeah. Now the world's gone to shit. A lot of people are struggling anyway, so maybe these are some good tips. I don't know. Anyway, that was fun. That was a fun mail call. Certainly some great pickups there.